Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to It's Look Who It Is. The next challenge, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but we're gonna do it. It'll probably be easier than the last one. Yeah, it's Look Who It Is. Ghastly Presence. Start with Mind Drain, a random spell and a new personal status. Disables all combat actions. Okay. Alright, sure. We do a little bit of cauterizing and a little bit of mind draining as a treat. So, I'm pretty sure you just run Small Candle, and then you run away from combat. Oh wow, we start with 17 sanity on Harbinger of Doom? That's crazy. Okay. Dexterity, Charisma, Strength. So that's sucks. Yeah, it does. And then it's seconds. And then Takashi at the very start, so we're probably going to want to save something for that. Now, with that being said, you know, we definitely want to get the Small Candle. Just kind of chill, just kind of hang out. And I think, between Empty Bottle and Library Notes, I think both are fine. Like, they both have advantages and disadvantages. Let me flabbergast you. Let me gobsmack you for a moment. Just as we see Moriko on the TV. I hate spamming through it, but you gotta do it, just in case you take Outdoorsman. You don't want to get completely fucking owned. Accidentally just clicked out of the game. Hello, dog. Yes. We have a dog barking moment. We're on DEFCON 2 for dog barks. Real. Footage, Sailors, Bulletin, Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is kind of fucked up. Because I think this is like a forced boss fight. If you're trying to like get as good RNG as possible on this, you want to make sure you have the least amount of boss fights as possible. Which, I mean, for this is actually pretty reasonable, you know? Yeah, actually. You're looking at something like this and you're like, yeah, there's only one guaranteed boss fight. And the other boss fight is avoidable and only on Timeline B. I think, yeah, you just reroll for no boss mysteries. Or, like, maybe reroll for Akamanto and then just kill him with Mind Drain Mystery 1. That could also be a viable strategy. You get that minus 10% Doom for basically, well, you get minus 5 stamina, but that's just the cost of doing business, you know? Anyway, what I think we want to do... Okay, understandable, have a nice day. We don't actually have a knowledge check. So, you know, tomato, tomato. I think we're still going to want to get cursed twice. Blood Frenzy is very funny. Blood Frenzy is actually a really bad one to get. Holy Candle is interesting. I don't think we're gonna need it because we have, whatchamacallit, Mind Drain. Now, Funny Mask, on the other hand, get me a little stamina regeneration in my life, and, yeah, alright, I can take that. You do want the Small Candle, but we don't theoretically need it right now. We can get it later. Now, you know, we could try to get Kirie's bag, etc., etc. It doesn't... It's okay. You don't really need it. So the hospital is the doomed location. The hospital and the seaside are doomed. We're probably just gonna keep doing forest mysteries. The forest is safe. That sucks. I think we will take the EXP. It's a little bit weird, actually. I don't know what the... If you want to try to rush through this as quickly as possible, or if you just want to, you know, actually try to level up. Because the thing is, like, our combat's never going to get better because it's just Mind Drain, right? So, you actually do like something like a brain damage just because it exclusively... I think... I mean, this gets us an empty bottle... But we don't really have... We have a charisma check, too, so I'm gonna take the wine bottle, even though... Like, the wine bottle is just too good, right? That even if you need stamina, the wine bottle is still better. But you actually... You don't hate something like a brain damage, because this gives us an extra Mind Drain cast, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, you're just kind of hanging out right now. I don't really know what to say. It's a very weird run we find ourselves in. And I think, whew, all right, we can go buy a Small Candle in the next mystery if we want to. It's a very weird situation to be in. You prefer to not fight as much as possible. Like, you get into a fight here, you feel you got kind of unlucky there. 25% chance to get out of here ASAP. We would love to not be here. So, you know, Leech Girl is interesting because, you know, obviously you can't fight, and you would have to... Because here's the thing, we would have to cast Mind Drain 3 times, versus we could we could cast it twice, actually, and get the kill here. I don't really know if I should do that, though. I think you just run away. I think that's pretty solid. You know, 33% chance, get me the hell out of here. Me and Risk Rutsu? True. I've never played Risk, actually, if you can believe it. I don't know why I just randomly felt like saying that, but it's true. I didn't feel like using the wine bottle. I probably should have, because then we could get +2 stamina instead of 1. You can only fill 1 bottle of water per thing. But realistically speaking, I think I don't want to waste the value of it, because we're gonna find something that we want to mind drain, and then we're gonna mind drain it, you know? So it's just sort of in this kind of weird situation. I'll go ahead and go to the occult store. And, you know, it just doesn't want to give us anything good, so we'll just take the Gruesome Totem, and, you know, that's a little bit rough because it's -3 sanity, -3 max sanity, so we could potentially get in a little bit of a bind here, but it's, like, it gives you 2 runaways, which in some situations could be better or worse than casting Mind Drain 3 times. You love to see that. We're just playing a very weird game. We haven't spent any max reason yet, but that's the, I think you just run. Like, I'll be real with you. I think you just run. You don't want to cast this 4 times. You don't want to throw a couple of bottles. It's a very weird game we're playing. Second enemy Gossip Junkie, by the way. Real. Go ahead and put them on the hospital. We're gonna go to the forest twice, though, because we do need that. I will probably end up discarding the handcuffs and the empty bottle just for the Sailor's Mystery. Second mystery is Forest Note 1. Yeah. I think we'll take the stamina, or we'll just get really lucky on the dice roll. I don't know. I don't know. This is a very weird one to navigate. I feel like I'm navigating it purely based on vibes right now, and that's something that we're just doing. Cut artery, what does that do? -1 stamina each investigation. Yeah, that's pretty bad. You typically don't want that one. Now, how do you want to handle that? I'm not entirely sure, but you do need to get it handled right now. So what we're gonna do is, this is not approved by the Vatican. We're gonna sell those handcuffs that I was just talking about discarding, and then we're gonna sell these painkillers I was just talking about discarding. And by that I mean I never mentioned the painkillers at all. We're just gonna take them and get some hasty aid and move on with our lives. Yeah, no, this is just a really weird one. I feel like you just navigate this one via vibes. Like, that's just all you do, is you just navigate it via vibes. And that's it, really. We're just kind of balling, you know? Just kind of hanging out. Did I get the Forest Note in my inventory once, or did that go straight to the... whatever. I mean, at some point you're gonna want to fight this thing, but not today. Oh, you can't run from this enemy. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw... I mean, we need to get rid of 2 items, right? We need to get rid of 2 items. That's probably gonna end up being the Funny Mask and one of the empty bottles. So, you throw the empty bottle, and then you just cast Mind Drain 4 times. And then you hope you have enough in your back pocket to, we're at 16 max health. We go down to 14 max health, which is honestly not that bad. You know, you just ballin'. Yeah, you're just ballin'. I think it is actually a good idea to make sure that you... I mean, we have everything but knowledge, right? So this just goes ahead and gets us there. I'm trying to remember our second enemy, because that's going to be pretty important. I think we just use Cauterize. You could definitely get another way to play this is get Kirie's bag and then re-roll your free spell until you get Ghost Spear. I hope that having it... I hope that we had it in our inventory very briefly. If we do not have it, then that's going to be pretty bad. Okay, we got it. So you don't even have to put it back in your inventory. You can just get it. And as long as it, like, briefly flashes there for 5 seconds, you're good. Because I don't think we ever officially had it in our inventory. We just did have it. There's no point in using the wine bottle right now, other than getting an empty bottle here. But that's also not entirely worth it either. That's the thing with the mind drain on this mode, is just kind of how that ends up working out. So we go... Whew. I think, honestly, I'm gonna hit you with the funny mask being discarded and the wine bottle being discarded. I know that's pretty nuts, but that's indeed what we're doing here. Because we need the gruesome totem. The gruesome totem goes hard. Feel free to screenshot. And we need... Because we're gonna need that minus doom. Like, not getting a small candle, like, immediately. Like, this is how... Okay, you know, how was I supposed to know? Here's the thing. If you want to guarantee win this, just re-roll your run until you get small candle on, like, the first or second shop, and then you just win the game. Like, that's just how it works. That's just how Mafia works. That's just how you win this. We're trying to win it without the small candle because we tried to buy the small candle multiple times, and we got owned every single time. So, you know, we're trying to be a little clever here. We're trying to have, like, a little fun, and... We're trying to have some fun here. We're trying to ball, you know? We're trying to, like... We're trying to ball out of our minds, and that might not work, that might work. If we lose this, then I think what we'll probably end up doing... 71% Doom in this economy, you son of a gun. What we'll probably end up doing is re-rolling the run, and then getting a small candle early, and then just speed running through the game, because there's very few things to think about in that regard. Yeah, I think we just take Charisma, right? Especially Charisma. Charisma is also, here's the thing, this is way more important, and I feel kind of stupid for not mentioning it earlier. The sanity parts of the lighthouse are the most dangerous parts on this challenge, because you're going to be using Mind Drain a lot. So, honestly, we should have just done... Because this is a guaranteed fight, I feel stupid for not doing it earlier, because there's no reason not to do it Mystery 1, because you have the most sanity you're ever going to have, and unless you want to, like, stockpile weapons or whatever, to, like, throw en masse, then you're just gonna kind of get, like, fucking owned, you know? Is this how this works, by the way? That is how that works. That's really cool. Yeah, just take whatever you want. I don't really care. But, yeah, you definitely... Oh my god. It's... Oh my god! It's him! Do we want to cast this that many times? I honestly just want to throw the torch and hope that does 4 damage. Oh, hell yeah. 2 Mind Drains on Canis. Because I just don't want to run away. It's getting too late in the run. If we had small candle, we would have, like, a lot more Doom. We would have, like, -8 Doom than what we have right now. That would feel so comfy. That would be so cool. We'll do a little luck check. But yeah, no, I think that, you want to do... Oh, shit, let's go. For real, homeboy? You want to do boss mysteries as quickly as possible, because you just... I mean, if you're gonna have to do a boss mystery, do it when they have less health. Like that, because you're gonna kill them turn 1, so their damage doesn't matter, but their health does. Maybe you grab, like, a couple of weapons, just as, like, a little treat. Why are you doing 5 damage? Blood Frenzy. That's why you're doing... Yeah, 5 damage because of Blood Frenzy. We can throw the Gruesome Totem. I don't really want to. I don't really want to. We're not running away from this. We've gone too far. 9 max sanity. But this is why that when we level up, we want to get leadership plus charisma to get that to 8, so that we don't have to, like, fucking die, you know? Okay, so you're gonna be like 30 health. Ay. So I mean, we're not feeling too great about this one, Chief. And we definitely can't run away. So yeah, shout outs to, I don't know. I think you just have to see if this does 5 damage miraculously. It does 4. I mean, you can't afford to throw the other one, and we don't have any allies. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to do, can't throw the black hair. You need to have that minus 10% doom down the drain. So yeah, no, that was throwing on my part for sure. You definitely don't want to wait on a boss mystery. Just do it. You're gonna have to burst them down with Mind Drain anyways. You might as well, just, you know. Now, this is exactly what we wanted. That's gonna make this victory possible, if at all. We might... Actually, I think it is... We should have thrown the Gruesome Totem, actually, because we can't use it ever, unless we get another brain damage. You never know. You never know. You know, you look at these challenges in a traditional light, and you do it wrong. You do it wrong. Also, we have, like, 80 million Doom? Did we get Cursed Signs? And oh my god, we got Cursed Signs, and I never realized it. Okay, so we're not gonna win. We're not gonna win. That's fine. Oh yeah, if you get Cursed Signs, just reroll the run immediately. Yeah, if you get Cursed Signs... reroll the run immediately, instantaneously. There's no winning here at all. Yeah, no, I don't even know what to, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Because, I mean, it's like... Yeah, I don't really know what... I don't know what to tell you. Getting Cursed Signs means you just lose the game. I don't want to run it back after that. That was horrible. But you know what? Sure, we'll run it back. Let me show you how you're supposed to do this, okay? I didn't even realize I had... Listen, if I realized I had Cursed Signs, if I was paying attention to that, I would have been like, yeah, the run's over. Because the run is over! You can't win with Cursed Signs! It's not possible. So, the only thing I care about is Light Source and Charisma, which we have... Charisma, we do not have Light Source. So... yeah, never fucking mind. Let's get a good run going. Finally, a good fucking run. Real. Yeah, if you get Cursed Signs, you lose. I don't know what to tell you. You get Cursed Signs, you fucking lose. I didn't even notice. I was like, hey, why did our Doom jump up by, like, 20 points? It's like, oh. Scissors, painting, mermaids, footage. No guaranteed boss, that's pretty good. Well, this is potentially a guaranteed boss. So what we do is we start with found footage, because that's pretty nasty. And you want to make sure the school isn't doomed. If we could check threat levels before, then we would have gone into School Scissors first in case it was a boss fight, but... it was not. So we're gonna get our curses. Fearful, I don't care. Hunger, I don't care. We go to the occult store, and then you lose the game because you didn't get the small candle on your first roll. But you re-rolled for a second time, you got the small candle, got 1 fund left over, and we're feeling pretty good about that. Oh, you could have grabbed the money from the apartment. Sometimes, when you've played the game for over 1,000 runs and almost 900 hours, sometimes you forget to grab something that you've grabbed over 1,000 times before. You know, it's like you're leaving your apartment and you're like, oh, I got my phone and my keys and my wallet. And then you're like, okay, good. I got my phone, my keys, and my wallet. And you do that hundreds of times, thousands of times. And then one day you walk outside, you pat your pockets. Oh no, I don't have my phone, my keys, or my wallet. I better go back inside. Just saying. So this is already gonna look a lot better. Like, you'll just see from the difference on how this works. You don't decline me, fool. And the consequence for doing that is you get hit on the head with a book. Which is something that you can't do to the eldritch entities of this game, by the way. No book. You can't throw any book in the game. Okay, we got Vital Clue. This game just got harder to win. That's just how Mafia works. We are already getting a free light source. I don't care. Oh no! Oh no! My damage! That's pretty lucky. That's just pretty lucky. I mean, there were some real bad things that happened on that mystery. Having to re-roll once for the small candle, getting Vital Clue. Those things are all really bad. You don't want those things to happen. And so, I didn't look at Moriko on the TV, did I? Are you ready to get gobsmacked? You when you get fucking gobsmacked? Alright, we're good. Yeah, just school scissors, because we know the school is safe now, so... You don't want to potentially lock yourself in a doomed location unless you absolutely have to. Like, there are some situations where I'd be like, okay, I don't care if the mansion's... Oh, bow, bow, you love to see it. It's good RNG, good RNG. If you're doing Timeline A, you want to avoid this mystery. If you're doing Timeline B, you want to do this mystery. Just exclusively because on this challenge, you want to avoid boss fights. You want to avoid boss fights on this challenge. Nope. Like, we took so much Doom in that last round, I'm like, why the fuck are we playing on Knight Errant? That's so unlucky. And it's like, no. No, that's not at all what it is. And so you see, you just run, 3% Doom, easiest shit you've ever seen in your life. The ritual's not ready. I wish it could be. This guy is actually worth killing, I think. It's gonna be... I mean, we could cast this. Sure, why not? We're not on, I was gonna say we are on Gazoo. So, you know. And then just throw the wooden bat. It's a little overkill, I guess, but... Maybe we should have just done that twice. I don't know, getting another combat spell really frees up your options. Especially if you get something like, what is it, fucking skin removal? Skin removal actually has use here because Mind Drain, you have Mind Drain 100% of the time. It's a bow and a bow. Correct. I don't even know if this counts as a combat action, by the way. I have no idea if you can do this or not. But a ghostly, ghastly presence. Probably. So it's clap middle, clap right. Far right, I should say. You know, if I were a ghost and the only way I could be defeated was by a ritual, I would probably prevent somebody from doing the ritual on me. Now, I actually do change my mind. I care a little bit. I care a little bit about hunger. Wait, I just realized, do we get... Fear, hunger. Damn you, cut arm sinew, for being in the way of funny joke moment. Oh, fuck, okay. I hate that. Sure, let's go here, because this is a blue option for free. Just like a little blue option Andy for free. Nope. Absolutely not taking sanity from that. Is the forest doomed? I don't remember. Yes, the forest is doomed. I made a big mistake coming here. Is the forest being doomed such a big deal that we want to let Emmy die and force ourselves to fight a boss? No, I think it's still probably preferable to go to the forest one extra time, just so that we can dodge a boss fight. Yeah, no, fuck that. Get me out of here, boss. I actually do think this is another challenge that got harder, because back in the day, you didn't have all these new enemies that basically were like, you can't run from us. Because back in the day, you could run from, like, most enemies except the glitched ones. But after, like, that one patch came out, and you got, sorry, my dog is standing on, it's really weird. She's a small dog, so she was sitting in my lap, and then I leaned back, and so she climbed on to my shoulder like a parrot, and now she's weighing me down, and I am struggling to, you know... She's a parrot. She's a parrot dog, apparently. So I'm falling off my chair a little bit here. But, basically, you know, the update came out after the challenges did, and this update introduced all of the fucking, whatchamacallits. Oh, hey, look, it's a small candle. We've been seeing twos quite a lot in this episode, haven't we? 2 gruesome totems, 2 small candles. I wonder. So we got 2 mysteries left, 50%ish doomed to do it. I think Morbid Mermaids will probably be about the right way to go about this. But yeah, no, I kind of forgot what I was saying. But basically, I think this challenge got a lot harder because there are just a bunch of enemies you can't run from anymore. And, well, you can't run from, period. You could never run from them. So, definitely do that. Oh my god. And we will... Do I want to try to just, like, greed this, where we go to the hospital and get the burn and the frostbite cured at the same time? Sure, why not? A little greed is good, because we're guaranteed to get that injury later. We're guaranteed to get the injury, so we might as well get both of them taken care of at the same time. We got 7 knowledge, might as well try it. Oh my god, we rolled exactly a 7. Thank you, school, for being safe. Very cool. But yeah, no, it's, I think this run definitely got harder, because you didn't have all those enemies. Because that was really weird when those enemies came out, and it was like, the special ability of every single enemy was, you can't run from this encounter. That made the game a lot harder. Me and plus 2% Doom. That's it. That's the end of the sentence. You think this is gonna go more than that? Yo, Ghastly Spear? We win these? Was there a dexterity check? I don't remember. I thought it was like charisma and whatever, but I mean, it's a good opportunity to get 8 dexterity. I want to rest once? Not really. Honestly, we could kill this guy. I'm not even joking. We have Ghastly Spear. We really could just not sugarcoat this. There's not really a reason to, because we can run away for basically 3% Doom and 1 fund. But, like, we could also just beat the shit out of him for fun. Like, it would be very funny, you know? It would be very funny. Like, just very enjoyable to just go, like, you thought you were gonna have a happy, long, and healthy life? No, Ghastly Spear. Let's not... We'll err on the side of caution now, just literally because it's basically free. If we get curse signs, we're gonna cry that we never, you know, did it big. So enter here. We've got a burn. Get that burn out of here. We got a frostbite. Get that frostbite out of here. A cut arm sinew, which does literally nothing. And we're out here living. I don't remember how many. I think I casted Mind Drain like twice, so we should be at like 15 max sanity. We should cast Mind Drain soon, if not like immediately. Like, we actually... The benefit of killing that boss is that we would have gotten to, like, 10 sanity. But here's a guy that you can't run away from. Never mind. You know, some enemies that are glitching out, you can run away from them. Some enemies that are glitching out, you can't run away from them. But anyways, you're fucking dead. So, we're just gonna Mind Drain a couple of times. We're gonna Ghastly Spear once. We're gonna Ghastly Spear twice. And then we're gonna Mind Drain again. Should be at like 13, 12 max sanity right now. So, as I gradually start falling off this chair, who could it be? It would be a really big flex to do what I'm thinking of doing. And it would be really funny. So let's do it. We might lose the run because of this, but that's fine, because it would be entertaining, and that's all I want, is just to do some stupid bullshit, because the game has given me enough spells to kill God. Now, if you don't mind, we do probably need to go to the monument, like, just a little bit. Just maybe once, because we're gonna throw in a Thutu Flame in there. Never mind. Probably don't need to. But we should go to the monument anyways, because if it wants us to spend sanity, it's literally free. We do a little snoozing. Yeah, if it's sanity, it's free. Stamina is not free. So, I mean, I could have gone back there again and just said no if it was anything, but oh. I mean, we're balling, obviously. If you expect me to do anything else, I don't know what, like, I mean, I'm doing this because it's fun. And no other reason. I just think it's cool. I just think it's neat. So this will be, we've used this twice. So that's 11, 10, 9, 8. And then we can do a little bit of that. We can throw a small candle. I mean, no, it raises doom. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Get it out of here. Whoa, Ghastly Spear. Fuck you. I don't know why I did that. I just did it for fun. It was for fun. Your Honor, it was a joke. If an eldritch deity that was killing comatose patients at the hospital didn't want me to stab it with multiple ghostly spears and drain its mind, then it shouldn't have been in the hospital. Your Honor, it was a bit. Okay, so Charisma, yikes, -3, Boss Battle, Knowledge, -3, and then we're good, actually. So we're taking -6, -3. Actually, no, we don't have Heart of Darkness. That was on the last run. So we're just taking -3, -3, right? Because it's those two. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. We're out here. We're balling. We're feeling good. I'm putting the dog off of my shoulder onto the little chair that she has that's just for her. It's her chair. She gets to sit on it. And, alright, I think we're good. Just for the memes, I guess? I don't know. Give me knowledge, so we're actually not taking any damage in the lighthouse, except for -3 sanity. And we're feeling pretty good about that. Let's walk it through one more time. Charisma, 8. -3. -3. Takashi, woe, ghost spear be upon ye. Second enemy, irrelevant. Knowledge, we're good. Dexterity, we're good. So yeah. We're fine. Yeah, we're good. We're fearful and we're hungry. But there's no Termina around here. Is that doing 2 now? Does that actually display as intended? That used to do 3. Like, here's the thing. For 3 years, that said -2, but it did 3 damage. So now you're telling me it says -2 and it does 2 damage? I mean, something I've never even thought of before. You know, nobody's even, nobody could even comprehend. And we cannot run away from fights anymore, so woe be upon ye. Woe be upon ye. We're not taking any stamina anymore, so, fuck them up. And then I think you just do this. We've already taken our sanity damage, so. Yeah, shoutouts to Ghastly Spear for existing and trivializing the game. I don't really care about any of this. I don't know, the first mystery we didn't really fight a lot, actually. That's nuts. We did School Scissors second. We didn't fight anybody on the first mystery. That was great. We got super lucky here. Mad Janitor was on the first 4 enemies list. That's how lucky this run was. I still think this is the way to go, though. You know, you got Mind Drain, you got Ghostly Spear. It's basically a guaranteed win. You get Small Candle on your first shop or your first reroll of the shop. You're good to go. And you're feeling pretty good about that one. What did we unlock for doing this? Oh, insomnia. Something that used to be so overpowered and horrible, and by overpowered I mean horrible, like one of the worst status effects in the history of this game. Okay, insomnia was so bad that when it first came out, like, let me tell you a story, okay? When the challenges first came out, we all rushed to beat them, and then we did Ghastly Presence, and that was considered to be one of the more annoying challenges that took people quite a bit of time, and we got Insomnia, and then we read the effect of Insomnia, and it was -2 sanity at the end of every mystery, and we were like, oh, it's just holes. It's just holes. No big deal, no big deal. It's just holes, but for sanity. A little bit worse, but whatever. And then, what ended up happening is there was intended for there to be 2 negative status effects. Insomnia and Fearful, which we actually got in that run. But originally, they were combined. So when you got Insomnia, and you read that, of -2 sanity at the end of every mystery, -2 reason at the end of every mystery, you would look at that, and then every single enemy encounter would give you -1 reason damage. And it took us a little bit to figure out why. And we just assumed that was the intended effect, but it just wasn't listed. And then eventually we discovered that Fearful was supposed to exist. But this used to be so bad. -2 reason per mystery and -1 reason per combat. That was so bad that, first of all, if you got it early, you were basically guaranteed to lose. But secondly, it was so nightmarish that there were people, a few, who reset their game's progress just so that they could do every achievement but this one. And so there were people who would sit with every achievement unlocked except with this one, because Insomnia was so bad that for a point in time, basically some people thought that it made the game unplayable. And, I mean, you could go back and you could look. Like, there are some episodes where we got Insomnia, and it's just like, it turned a good run into a horrible one. Insomnia used to strike fear in the hearts of World of Horror gamers. It was like, oh, it's the worst debuff known to man, not being able to get a good night's rest. That and Drenched. What? Whew. But eventually it got fixed, and Insomnia now works as intended, and Fearful is its own separate thing. Can you imagine all of our shocks, our collective shock and awe, when we heard that somehow Insomnia had the effect of 2 curses at once, and this one mystery curse that we'd never heard of wasn't implemented into the game properly, and it was just piggybacking off of Insomnia? Like, can you imagine what we all thought? When we were going through that? That shit was crazy. But yeah, no, Insomnia, good memories with Insomnia. That was, like, probably one of the wackiest times the game's ever had. Because it was so bad. Like, again, I'm not even joking. It would be a decently common thing. And I mean, listen, back then, we were in the mines, okay? It was like 20 to 30 of us every day, alright? So when I say it was decently common, you know, I'm aware of like 3 or 4 people in the mines who did this, you know? So, I mean, not that many of the people in the mines that I'm aware of did it, but, like, the fact that I heard about it multiple times where people were like, yeah, no, Insomnia is so bad, I reset my save file just so that I could never complete Kirie's challenge, because it just wasn't worth it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. My name is Webweaver. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Bye!